Madam Moderator, I am Mark Corr. I'm the Chief of Police for the town of Lexington. I'm here to present Article 16A, the police outdoor-indoor firing range at Hartwell Avenue. Before I talk about the range, I'd just like to take a moment to talk about use of force and firearms training in general. In my opinion, it's the most important training for police officers. An indoor facility provides the classrooms and the scenario equipment that allows for training officers so that they understand when and why force should be used. The outdoor facility helps improve skills and accuracy as officers move their bodies and practice in realistic conditions and scenarios. But use of force is infrequently used and is a high-risk part of our profession. Given that it's so infrequently used, it's very important to maintain our skills, and this requires practice, practice, practice. Our current indoor facility is at the police station in a sub-basement at 1575 Mass Ave. It's small, it's only 10 feet by 80 feet, and has 3 shooting lanes. It's no longer being used due to its deteriorated state. It's no longer a safe training facility. We will not be building an indoor range at the new police station. Given a small indoor range, 20 feet by 100 feet, the square footage in a new police station could cost up to $1 million. It's also relatively expensive to install the equipment for each shooting lane. It's as much as $40,000 per lane. So a 4-lane shooting range would cost $160,000 in equipment. This includes the air handling, which is necessary to keep the surfaces clean in an indoor facility. This is an image of our indoor range. There's only 3 shooting bays. We're no longer using it. We currently use it as a secondary evidence holding facility, as you can see by the boxes in the image. Our outdoor facility is located at Hartwell Ave at the composting facility. It's approximately 75 feet by 150 feet, and it's been in use since the 1970s. The current arena is better for training and allows officers to move their bodies and practice real scenarios. The 25-foot mounds of dirt that surround the arena provide a safe shooting environment and helps mitigate most of the sound. But it really isn't much more than a hole in the ground. There are no moving targets, there are no bathrooms, there's no indoor facility, and it was never designed for modern semi-automatic weapons that police officers use today. This is an image of our outdoor range. You're looking downrange, as an officer might be shooting downrange. The 2 structures in the front of the photo is what we hold our targets and our tables and our tents and other equipment when we set up for shooting. This is, I forgive the quality of this picture. This is an overhead image of the 60 Hartwell Ave composting facility. You can see the solar farm in the upper right of the image. The hazardous waste collection site is where the red dot that says 60 Hartwell Ave, and most of you know the area in the upper left where you come in and drop off your composting materials. The black box is where our current outdoor range is located. We hope to move it on site, and the new range proposal is approximately twice that size. Outdoor training is in high demand. We now currently train with our neighbors, and I receive dozens of requests each year to use our facility, almost all of which I must decline because we do not have a proper facility for a regional range. The Northeast Municipal Law Enforcement Council is a group of 63 Middlesex and Essex County agencies for which Lexington is a member. Almost all of these agencies do not train at Lexington, but it gives you a sense of the types of communities that might use Lexington, and we currently train the SWAT team for NEMLEC. The Massachusetts Police Training Committee also provides training to their range officers in Lexington. They would welcome a space for additional recruit training, and the Massachusetts Police Training Committee would also be an excellent partner for a regional range. Our feasibility study was funded in FY 2016 when the town meeting authorized $50,000. We didn't rush to this project, and we've been working to build a collaborative of other agencies. Now, this schematic design that we have proposed before you tonight, if we approve this project, it will send a strong message to our local, state, and federal partners that Lexington's site is available. We will also recommend that there be a further 2-year timeline for the schematic design, so we can use the schematic design to apply for other grant funding or grant funding that may pay for the schematic design. What is the current financial picture? The engineering firm that did the feasibility study is estimating that an indoor-outdoor range will cost approximately $3.5 to $4.9 million. There is no intent by me, the town manager, to have Lexington pay this price for an indoor-outdoor range. We are here to try to achieve a collaboration with local, state, and federal partners, and to obtain grant funding that should pay for a large part of this potential expense. For example, the Massachusetts Police Training Committee, we've already been in discussion with them about the availability of a grant that may be available later this calendar year. We've been in discussion with the Metropolitan Area Planning Council and Representative Michelle Chicolo, and they have offered to help us design a plan and a funding scheme for this project. And the Northeast Homeland Security Regional Advisory Council distributes federal funds for projects that improve Homeland Security, and certainly a regional range that helps train police officers qualifies within their schematic of funding. Additional benefits of the regional range. We anticipate charging a $3,000 to $5,000 fee per year for a member agency. If we could get 30 to 50 agencies, depending on size, we could generate $90,000 to $250,000 annually. A regional range would also allow us to pool our resources. Almost every police department in the area has range officers, sometimes 3, 4, and 5 officers. If we are able to pool that training resource, we could keep the regional range open all year round. If the range is open, there's a better opportunity to have officers go train. This is an overtime savings. Lexington currently spends approximately $14,000 for every 8-hour training block. We do it twice a year, and it costs us approximately $28,000 to $30,000. I believe officers would be better served by training every month their skill and practicing their skills of discharging a firearm and learning why they're doing that in a classroom format. By pooling our resources, there could be a significant overtime savings to the community. The indoor facility can also host training programs for other police departments. It can also be used to host training programs for the general public. Run, Hide, Fight, Alice, and other programming for the general public could be another funding source. I'm now going to stop and pass the presentation over to Hank Ouimet. He was the senior project manager from Weston and Sampson Engineers from Peabody, Mass. They are the ones that conducted the feasibility study for the Hartwell Ave project.